Are
I
you
don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with Zimbabwe. I have no problem. In fact, I admire my Zimbabwean brothers and sisters. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter where you're located. Even if they were located in Europe, you cannot come into a country and then people are housing, especially the Zimbabweans, because they're running away from a country that's dilapidated. It's rising again now. Zimbabwe is rising again, thank God. But we've allowed them.
The last question before you go.
Can I just finish this this thing I'm saying? We've allowed them to come into our country, but yet instead of being thankful, grateful, and contributing, all they've done is reverse the gains of apartheid. And if I'm literally reading a book about it, like how people even lost their jobs in protests for a proper wage in South Africa. People's careers were over during apartheid, and the laws were stricter. At that time, the black man was nobody, was nothing. Unlike us South Africans now, black South Africans now, and and I read this now, and I'm actually like on chapter 5 of the book. It's actually so painful that people have been saying this. We fought so hard for minimum wage, and now to see that our brothers are eroding it, and then they're being arrogant and also committing crimes. So they're not adding value as you'd assume that people will come into your household. Okay, continue. Sorry, host.
It's okay. I wanted to ask you something. I wanted to ask you if you have fair idea what neo-colonialism is about.
I'm very well aware of neo-colonialism, and I think that actually our brothers and sisters are being used in that agenda as well. So basically what's happening in South Africa is that in South Africa, what we have is that we don't even have our proper second liberation. So we had democracy that was signed in, but we still have high levels of inequality, and that is done strategically, right? So instead of us, so what's happening is that now we're trying to fight for the land, right? But what is being strategically done to keep us away from the land is that one, our green and white brothers, not all of them, I do, like I said, they are good Nigerian people. I don't subscribe to the Nigerian people, but our green and white brothers in South Africa are being used to powder our people as well as to destroy our youth. I'm gonna go in there. I'm landing to the neo-colonialism agenda, right?
Okay, all right. So I will thank my sister Inspiring for also giving his thoughts about the whole concept that is happening. I will not preach that you should invade somebody's sovereignty. Okay, all that I am trying to say here is I didn't mute her. Okay, I didn't. Inspiring, I think she got a call or something.
You muted me. You muted me. Someone, I don't know if it was a moderator. Someone muted me.
Look at my hands. This is what.
No, but I'm saying someone muted me. I didn't get a call. Someone muted me. I don't know. Do you have a moderator? Are you the only one here?
No, I didn't. Anyway, okay. So what I am trying to say is, if any African country is invading South African sovereignty, the South African government have every right to make sure that they take those people and prosecute them. Now, if the South African government is not listening to the cry of the people, then something is wrong. If South African government knows that you people are crying out, that whether Nigerians, Zimbabweans, Togolese, Ghanaians, whoever they are, if your government knows that these people are invading your privacy, they are disturbing you guys, your peace, and they are not doing anything, then you have to think twice. Because those governments, we have seen some, when they incite our own people from different places, they use them and then try to cause chaos to destabilize certain region for political purposes and gains.
That's where I was going also, is that our government is also part of the
Sister, you're not the only one to speak.
we are now tired, and we're now tired of our government. I'm gonna land, and we're tired of our government because our government is also part of the problem. Because remember, our government is also controlled by.
Hold on.
Yes.
The government is not part. The government is actually the problem. Because if you have the power to quench the fire and you don't quench the fire and you allow the fire to go, then you are the problem. So the government is the problem. He is not part of the problem because he has every power that has been invested in them to make sure that the sovereignty is not jeopardized, and the government is doing that. So the government is weak and the government support whatever they are doing. So we blame the government. We make sure they do the right thing. And I'm sorry.
But you're contradicting yourself also. Because we're talking about neo-colonialism, and I'm saying that South Africa is
a chance to speak because she's going around the bush.
No, so what I'm saying is that we're talking about neo-colonialism, right? Other countries and African countries are indirectly controlled by Europe. We do have a white monopoly capital issue in South Africa that is still trying to oppress the black people, and our government is bought. That's what I'm saying to you. Just like any other, if you go to any other African
when we
country.
talk, it's okay. All right, thank you very much. When we talk about government, that is what we are talking about today. I'm not talking about individuals invading individuals. I'm talking about government putting in place measures to make sure that citizens are living successfully in their own countries. This time round, because the government are not for us, we are not living in peace. We don't have what we need. That is what we are talking about. We are talking about government. So whatever I spoke about South Africa, I didn't talk. Whatever I'm saying, we want them to unite. We want them to open their borders. They heard from me and why they concluded that. I am talking about government. If government don't implement good policies and make sure that the citizens are well taken care of, then we are going to have a problem. Inspiring. Thank you for coming. Alpha.
So yeah.
Hello.
It's rather
how you doing, host?
To give out other people to speak. Alpha.
Yeah, I can understand both sides, to be honest with you. And what she's saying is, obviously, if there's crimes that's been committed in South Africa, that's been committed with other country people, or from Nigeria, could be from East Africa, whatever, I feel like we should listen to them. And on top of that as well, if these criminals are working with the government, then the South African people, they should do something about it. They should stop blaming the foreigners that's actually come over there to work hard. So I feel like we need to understand each other. We shouldn't, they've got a problem as well, and we've got a problem as well. So we just need to speak to each other and understand each other. That's what I think, to be honest. Because there is a point that she's mentioning over there that actually is understandable, that if people are coming over there and working for minimum wages, and the people that's actually living in that country, they're not going to be, the money that they're going to be getting is not going to be enough for them to live, to survive on. So it's understandable. I feel like this is, the rich people are making us kill each other, eat each other. That's what I feel like, to be honest with you. And all of us need to come to each other and understand each other's problem. That's when we become a better, to be honest with you, for Africa and for all of us as well, you know, because nobody ain't gonna start fighting if they ain't got no problem. Do you get what I mean? But the government using that problem to make us fight against each other. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. So we need to understand that part, because there are criminals in every country, you know, or you can't put everybody that come over there that's working hard as equal as everybody. And the people that's leaving in South Africa as well, if there are criminals, then they should, like, if they are Nigerian or whatever, they should not keep them around them as well. The Nigerian people, all the East African people, they shouldn't keep them around. If they are selling products that are expired, then they should not allow that to happen, because that's killing the people. Do you get what I mean? That's doing harm. So we need to understand that as well. If there is people around you that's doing that, you should tell them to go away, because they're giving you a bad name end of the day for it.
Thank you. Alpha, I didn't mute you. Did you do that yourself? I did. Okay. All right. So the the truth of the matter is, if South Africans have a genuine concern that their privacy is invaded by our own brothers, then what I can say with neo-colonialism, it is no news that the neo-colonial master will use our own people against us, because that is the definition of neo-colonialism. Let them blame themselves. Let us use their own people to do whatever we are doing, so that they will fight among themselves and we will find our way out. If you are an African and you invade somebody's privacy, you see the same thing happens in Burkina Faso. It is our own African brothers who have been grouped and going to overthrow Ibrahim Traore, who are fighting against Ibrahim Traore. It is our own Africans, because they will not use their armies. They will use our own people against them. So using other Africans to invade South Africans' privacy, it's something that we need to call. I understand them, and I feel some of them, they are complaining bitterly because they see you, the black man, they don't see the white man. And when they see you, the black man, and you are doing that, it hurts them, because they are supposed to know that you are a fellow black person and you are not supposed to be doing whatever you are doing. But the problem is, that is wrong. The government knows, and the government is not talking about it. So it tells you neo-colonialism. The government there is a neo-colonial government, and per their master plan, use your own black people to cause that chaos. So when it is about election time, that is when you feel these things a lot, because they have to make sure they provide shelter for those people to do those stupid things. Government to make sure you suppress your fellow African. That is why they are saying they don't want you to be there. That is why. But please, you two, don't generalize it by saying Africans. Okay? There's the specific group of people. They are just minute. They are not even up to 0.001. They are causing this trouble. So we shouldn't generalize it. They are just weapons used by the neo-colonial power to destabilize our country. Please, we are one people. We only have one melanin, not two, not different. One melanin in us that defines us. Thank you, Alpha, for coming. Echo Power. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Good. I can also hear you. I've been listening to you for some time.
Okay.
And I saw a young man in you who is trying to wake up to realities. Unfortunately, I could see a lot of things I went through 20 years ago. Quietly, I listened to you. But I think I need to say a word or two. I'll come to most of the phrases you've used. But one of it that you use so loosely, and most people, not you, Europe, America, everybody, it took me 5 years to take the concept and look at this word and say, what does this word mean? I started writing a book on it. I wrote for a long time. Every time I write, I get things wrong. I'm not satisfied. One day, I was in Ghana doing something, and things started falling in place. I said, this is what I'm looking for. And everything, the book was completed. It's now on Amazon. And the book is about the word sovereignty. Sovereignty. What is sovereignty? Most people thought the word independent automatically means sovereignty. Independent, yes, about self-determination. Sovereignty is about self-determination. The two are not the same. A boy and a man are not the same. And my conclusion Then I part of the title of the book is The Secret of Great Nations. Sovereignty, the secret of great nations. That said, the word sovereignty means sovereign authority. It means authority of a nation that is sovereign authority. That is sovereign authority. Does it mean every nation that is independent is on? We know the agenda behind it, and we know it has to do with something else that most people are thinking. But naturally, any country where majority of the people who believe they are nationals and citizens of that country feel their economic situation is not good enough, they always blame the migrant. It's not new. And there will always be people who will see migrant as the cause of their problem. In Ghana, 1967 or something like that, we asked the Nigerians to leave. Why? Because we feel they are the cause of the problem of Ghana at the time. There was a time Nigerians asked Ghanaians to leave. So this is not new. Even recently in Britain, there were some people who started this problem that they want the Muslims to leave. They want the migrant to leave. So it's nothing is special about that. The problem is they will find any reason to do what they are doing. Now, why is a Nigerian going to South Africa? I heard you even saying to someone that you personally will not go there. Maybe you go there to look for a wife, if that is the most important thing to you. But what I want to ask you is that there are two questions I have. One is coming now. We finished with colonization and neo-colonization. What do you understand by unification?
I don't